Now we will write a short composition on the rainbow. Most of us might have seen a rainbow. The rainbow is very fascinating for all of us. 7 colors spread across the sky in an arc form. Now the rain has to come, the sun has to shine for us to see the rainbow. The sunlight pierces the raindrops and through almost like a prism, and you see the 7 colors spread in the sky. Very, very fascinating. And they also say the rainbow, according to the biblical language. The rainbow is a hope for all mankind. The rain is over, it's going to come again. And all of us love the rain. So we'll write a small composition on the rainbow. The rainbow is seldom seen in the sky. So we stop to take a good look at it. All of us, both young and old. The rainbow seldom appears in the sky. So it's not a very regular, just like you see the moon and the sun, the rainbow seldom appears in the sky. So what happened? It's something very pleasurable for us to look at. People stare at the beautiful rainbow when they look at it. So you can say people gaze. People gaze at the rainbow. People gaze at the rainbow when they see it. Okay? People gaze at it in awe, in happiness. The rainbows are rare and people always welcome the sight of a rainbow. Then it is true that we have rainbows do not come very often and they are uncommon. The rainbows do not come. People gaze at the rainbow when they see it. It is an uncommon thing in the sky. Means it doesn't come up regularly. It appears in the sky when the sun is shining and it is raining. So there need to be sunshine and rain. So people gaze at the rainbow when they see it. It is an uncommon thing in the sky. It appears in the sky. It appears in the sky when the sun is shining, when the sun is shining, and it is raining. So there should be sun and rain. And it is raining. And it is raining. It appears in the sky when the sun is shining and it is raining. A perfect arc. A perfect arc or half a circle of light, lovely colors appears in the sky. So it appears in the sky when the sun is shining and it's raining. A perfect arc or half a circle or half circle of light, of lovely colors. A perfect arc or half circle of light of lovely colors appears in the sky. Rainbow. The rainbow seldom appears in the sky. People gaze at the rainbow when they see it. It is an uncommon thing in the sky. It appears in the sky when the sun is shining and it is raining. A perfect arc or half circle of light of lovely colors appears in the sky. When it appears, someone is sure to cry with pleasure, "Oh, look at the rainbow." And it looks so beautiful. Now, we look at the rainbow until as the rain stops or the sun is hidden. So until then we go on looking at it. So, what is the shape? Half a circle or a small perfect arc appears in the sky. Now, we look at it until we look at the rainbow until we look at it until the rain stops, until the rain stops. And the sun is hidden by the cloud. So we look at it until the rain stops or the sun is hidden behind the clouds or sun is hidden by a cloud. Okay, so a perfect arc or a half circle of light, lovely colors appears in the sky. We look at it until the rain stops or the sun is hidden by a cloud. Okay, now after this, the rainbow fades away. Okay, so rain stops and the sun is hidden by the clouds. Then the rainbow. Soon the rainbow fades away. Soon the rainbow fades away. So the sun is shining, From behind, hidden cloud, and the rain is there, and the rainbow is seen, and then you see soon the rainbow fades away slowly. Now, what is a rainbow actually? It is a piece of three-sided crystal through which a beam of light is passed, isn't it? Now, the light comes out in 7 colors. So, rainbow, it has 7 colors, and children love to see it. The rainbow has 7 colors. And what are those colors? They're violet, indigo, blue, then green, yellow, orange, and red. These are the 7 colors of the rainbow. The rainbow has 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So these are the colors of the rainbow. We can never see a rainbow unless it is raining, when the sun is shining, and it will fade away as the rain stops. Now, this is the colors of the rainbow. Children love to look at a beautiful rainbow. The rainbow is a sign of hope. They say, when you look at the rainbow, if you hope for something, you get it. The rainbow is a sign of hope. The rainbow is a sign of hope. It's a sign of hope. Perhaps people think it is the way because the rainbow generally appears toward the end of the rain. Okay, it's a sign of hope. It always appears, it always comes after the rain. Always comes after the rain. It always comes after the rain. It tells us that the rain is almost over. It tells us that the rain is almost over. So it comes after the rain because it tells us that the rain is almost over. And it will come soon. And soon it will be fine again. Okay, now, so this is a small composition on the rainbow. The rainbow seldom appears in the sky. People gaze at the rainbow when they see it. It is an uncommon thing in the sky. It appears in the sky when the sun is shining and it is raining. A perfect arc or half circle of light of lovely colors appears in the sky. We look at it until the rain stops or the sun is hidden behind the cloud. Soon the rainbow fades away. The rainbow has 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Children love to look at a beautiful rainbow. The rainbow is a sign of hope. It always comes after the rain. It tells us that rain is almost over and it may come again. Write a small composition on something of your interest. You cannot give it up, isn't it? We will talk about and write about the telephone. The telephone is that one with the wire, the landline we have in the house. But today we have mobile phones, as you call it, cell phone of various sizes in your home. And you are very happy about it. But it is very good in a sense that you can get connected to all your loved ones if they are in any part of the globe. If the tower is there, connection is there, it's very, very easy. So, and there are a lot of functions in the cell phone which helps you to get connected to your uncles, aunts, cousins or brothers, whoever in any part of the world. So, this is very interesting not only for adults but also for children. Then there are a lot of things in the cell phone that you can do, music and all kinds of things, movies and things like that. But today as children, your world is a cell phone, mobile world. As a result, you are not able to do so much of reading concentration in your book, but your interest is badly channelized to cell phone, and which is a great disadvantage in today for you, because when you spend too much of time looking at the cell phone, if it is in a dark room and no light, your eyes, the light from the cell phone damages your eyes. Not only that, through the eye, your brain gets affected. They say later in life you can also land up with brain tumor. Now, to use the cell phone and you don't want to disturb others, you use a earphone. Now, this earphone also damages the inner lining or the tiny drum that is in the ear. So, there are a lot of disadvantages. I would say for children there are more disadvantages than advantages, because phones are normally for parents. Now, what is happening is this: when you do not accept the authority of your parents, when you don't obey your parents. Mommy says don't spend too much of time. Just like the TV, don't spend too much of time on the cell phone, but you don't listen. But sometimes the telephone, the mobile phone gets you into trouble, and then you run to mommy for help, daddy for help. So always get permission, support of parents. Now, so what are we writing about? We are talking about, we are going to write about a short composition on the telephone. Now, who can tell me who invented the telephone? Yes, Alexander Graham Bell. And it was a very good invention. It was a useful invention, connecting people, keeping friendship. But totality, it is good invention. But for children today, it's more disadvantage than advantage. That's what I say. Now, the telephone. Now, who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. He was an American scientist who invented the telephone. So, we will say Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone. Sir Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone. When then what will you say? It was a useful invention. It was a good and useful invention. It was a good and useful invention. Why do we use the telephone? For connecting with people, passing messages, informations. Okay, now the telephone, the old telephone was called landline. So Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone. It was a good and useful invention, and we call that the landline. What do we call it? We call it the landline. We call it the landline. Today everyone has a telephone and a cell phone. Today no, not most, all. Today all of us have a telephone and a mobile phone. All of today, all of us have a telephone or a mobile phone. We call it the cell phone, or both we have. Now, what does the cell phone do? Now, each of these, whether it's a cell phone, whether it's a landline, they all have a unique number. So, they have unique, you can, two different phones, but they have unique, they have a unique number. Today mobile phones or cell phones are more in use. Today or nowadays, mobile phones are more in use. Okay? It has helped to make the world a small place. It has helped to make the world a small place. Why? Because you can get connected easily. Okay. Now, mobile phones are very useful today because you can connect it easily. Now, mobile phone, you can get the connection to the person instantly, immediately. But today we will also talk more about the disadvantage. Children, I said in the beginning, the children, the telephones are for parents. But today, who's using more? Children. Okay. So we will talk more about the disadvantage. Today, children spend, or you spend rather. Today, children spend more time on cell phones. What happens? You may spend too much of time on cell phone. They do not. Now, today children spend more time on cell phones. They do not use the natural light. They do not use the correct light in the room while using the cell phone. Now what happens? The blue light from the cell phone, the blue light from the cell phone or mobile phone, from the cell phone affects not only the blue light from the cell phone affects not only the eyes but also the brain. The earphones of the cell phone, the earphones of the cell phone also damages the eardrums, the tiny eardrums. Then what else? You sit in one place and you are using the phone and you don't like to go and play, you don't like to eat, you eat what you like, what you don't even know what you eat. So whole time when you sit one place, you do not grow tall but you grow fat and unhealthy. So now the usage of cell phone also restricts the too much of cell phone usage, too much of cell phone usage restricts the physical activities of children, restrict the physical activities of children. So you confine to one place and it is not good for health. Then too much of usage of cell phone land children in various serious problems. Again, it also lands children, in various problems, serious problems. So today I told you the cell phones are very good, landline, mobile phones, good usage, you can get connected to your aunts, uncles, anyone abroad and cell phone connects you immediately. But today let us talk about us children. Today children spend more time, don't you? The children spend more time on cell phones. They do not use the correct light. There is light in your room, but what do? You put off the light and they do not use the light in the room while using the cell phone. Because you do not use the cell phone light in the room, what happens? The blue light from the cell phone affects what? Not only your eyes, Not only the eyes, but also the brain. The blue light affects the brain. They go on to say, the doctors say, in the years to come, most children will have brain tumors. Not only that, you will also forget what you are learning for your exam. The earphones, for every cell phone has a earphone, and children love to use that. Why? Because you don't want your mommy to hear, daddy to hear what you are listening to. Now, the earphones of the cell phone also damages the tiny eardrums. So, your ear, eye, ear and the brain get affected. Not only that, too much of cell phone usage restricts your physical activities. Too much of cell phone, you will be sitting and playing games, or you must be looking at movie, listening to song. Too much of cell phone, you sitting in one place restricts your movement. As a result, you become unhealthy. So, no movement, so you are unhealthy. Your eyes, your ears and your brain get affected. So, totality, cell phone is not good for you children. Now, it also lands children in various serious problems. When you go on using, some friend will ask you to do something, to say something, do something, but parents are not happy about. So, you will be getting into activities that land you in trouble again. So, for all this, to avoid all this, what shall we do? As children, it is good not to use too much of mobile phone without the guidance of parents. Always be obedient to your parent. You will never land in trouble. You won't lose your brain, your eyes or your ears. So, as children, learn to obey. Learn to obey your parents. As children, learn to obey your loving parents. Your parents love you, isn't it? Loving parents. As children, learn to obey your loving parents. Then, it is good. Learn to obey. It is good to use mobile phone It is good to use mobile phones under your parents' guidance. Your parents. It is difficult, but it is good for you. So, now what are we talking about? We are talking about phone, your telephone. Who invented the telephone? Sir Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone, and that is what we call it, the landline. It was a good and useful invention. So, we are thanks to Sir Graham Bell for the invention of the telephone, and it was the landline. We call it the landline. Today, all of us have telephone or mobile phone. All of us use, all of us have. They have all these cell phones or telephone, they have a unique number. Everybody, nobody has, no two telephone have two same numbers, no two friends have same numbers, no two families have same number. It has to be different. So, it is called unique. Nowadays, mobile phones are more in use. Most homes, most children, everybody uses a mobile phone because you get connected easily, instantly. It has helped to make the world a small place. As soon as you call anyone, you are able to get instantly. But we are now talking about what harm it does to you children. Today, children spend more time on cell phones. For everything you want cell phone. For homework you want cell phone. To talk to your friend you want telephone, what exam is coming you want telephone, and then you want to hear music, movie, etc. So, all the time you are on the cell phone. They do not use, who is that they? You children, you do not use the correct light in the room. You put off the light because your mommy must not look while using the cell phone, because you do not want anyone to hear. Now, what happens when you do not use the correct light? The blue light from the cell phone affects not only your eyes but also your brain. The light affects through the eyes, the light goes into the brain and it damages not only your eyes but also your brain. Now, for every cell phone has a earphone. The earphones of the cell phone also damages the tiny eardrum inside your ear. So, ears also get damaged. Too much of cell phone usage restricts the physical activities of children. So, you do not move. You get a mobile phone and you sit down there immobile and you eat up everything, you are looking at something, you are listening to something you ought not to. It also land because you are listening, talking, so it also land children, some children in various serious problems. Then you run to mummy. So, let us say as children learn to obey your loving parents. It is good to use mobile phone under your parents' guidance. Ask them to help you, support you in your usage of telephone.